who has the largest political trajectory in the state, Robert Archie Archuleta. I met Archie in 1990, that's 29 years ago, when we attended a protest against the inhumane conditions of the migrant workers in the state. Archie was the first one who showed up. Since I have not met him, I was surprised for how short he was. But in a manner that characterized Archie, he told me, the stature of a person is measured from his head to the sky. 30 minutes later, he was already in the podium. He reminded me of Reyes Lopez Tijerina, of Martin Luther King, of Cesar Chavez. He was very compassionate to expose the exclusion, the exploitation, the discrimination and racism against our workers who pick up the cherries, the peaches, the tomatoes in our fields. And since that time, I learned that Archie is the voice for all of us. I understand why people call Archie an activist and a leader. I do understand that. But the reality is that he never wants to be called either. In our day and age, the culture has turned the word activist into a pejorative term, a term that denies our idealism and confines us only to the political fringes. Archie has unfailingly done what needs to be done so that the people in Utah can live peacefully, free, and in justice. What he is done to the people is that the word activist will never be sufficient for Archie Archuleta. I prefer to call him the enlightened man, the man on fire, the crime fighter, and the forever optimist. What makes Archie different from any other Latinos in the state, and I'm talking about not only Latinos, but also Anglo-American Latino leaders, is that he crosses all the lines of the Republicans and the Democrats, the liberals and the conservatives, the gays and the straights, and above all, the racial and religious lines that divide our state. What matters to him is his call for inclusivity and his passion for the principle that all of us are just one. He has been loyal to the Chicanos and Latinos friends who even passed away. At the funeral of Jerry Merrill, one of the Chicano leaders in Utah in the 1970s, Archie was in the front pews of the Methodist Church, even though he's not a Methodist. When John Flores' funeral took place in the Mormon ward, he was there, saying goodbye to his friend. He was also at the Catholic Newman Center saying goodbye to a good friend, Bill Gonzalez. And even if Archie is not a Catholic, Archie was the one who delivered the eulogy and to honor his friend. Archie has no religion. His is a God that liberates, the God that breaks changes, the one that brings people to freedom, the one who brings us to the top of the mountain, and the one who lives passionately within us. More than a leader, Archie is a history maker. I came to this conclusion the evening when I presented my book on Latinos in Utah at the Salt Lake City Library in downtown. when the time came for me to sign the books, the people noticed that several pictures of Archie and his family were in the book. Guess what? The people asked him to sign the book. Good job, Archie. The people went to him, and I immediately understood that I'm talking too loud? I immediately understood that more important than writing the books is breathing life into the history that goes into the book. That's why, in my nights of reflection, I ask the Great Spirit that Archie Archuleta never dies. Because he does, I will be unemployed. Because people like Archie Archuleta are the one who made the history. Archie is the one who marches on the streets, who parades with the Rainbow Coalition, who climbed the steps of the Capitol to fight for the DACA students, and the one who visited the police station to ask for a better treatment of our communities of color. Thank you, Archie. 3 months ago, I was driving with some of my friends in the car, and we were listening a very interesting story of an old man in Washington, D.C. This man goes every evening at the state of the Capitol for a vigil. A reporter who saw him every day, and after a year, he asked this old man, "Do you think that by coming here every single day to protest, you are going to change the country?" "No, man," the old man replied. "What I'm praying for is that the country will not change me." I told my friends, "Please, turn the radio off." I was afraid that that man was Archie Archuleta. Across time and shifts in the political and ideological landscape of the nation, Archie remains the same. He is resolutely committed to justice and values that affirm the dignity of all of us. He is impatient with false political posture, and he has always been truthful to himself. My colleagues, my friends, the students who are being awarded today, please help me to honor the Chicano Legacy Leader of the Year, Drover Archie Archuleta.
This last item was donated by a very good friend and also someone who you have mentored throughout the years. This is from artist Jared Martinez. That is handmade, hand painted. We asked him to donate a silent auction item, and he said, "I'll do you one better. I'll make something in honor of Archie." And this is to represent your timeless mentorship, your forever optimism, as Dr. Flores mentioned. Thank you.